Hey guys, and welcome back to Her Sports Medicine for You.
It's Wednesday, isn't it?
It's Wednesday.
It's been a long week already.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about this week, Hannah?
Today and this week, we've actually been working on this project for a while.
About a month, what?
Yeah, about a month.
About a month.
Just gathering data and stuff. We're talking about mental health. So, on our very first video, when we were answering questions, a lot of the questions were about mental health and how that affects sports, how it affects your everyday life, how it affects your nutrition. And mental health is so important, and it's not talked about as much as it should be.
No, it's not.
So what we did is we created a survey, and we sent it out to a whole bunch of coaches and athletes. And we got a lot of responses.
We got a lot of responses.
We got a lot of responses.
34, and it ended up being pretty evenly split between athletes and coaches. So we got a good representation, I felt like, of both sections.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
So we're just going to go over the results of those things with you, first of all, and see if anything surprises you. I know that we were a little bit surprised.
We were a little surprised, yeah. There were some things that caught us off guard.
Yeah. So, one of the first things, the first question that we asked was about sleep duration. Because sleep is important, right?
Yeah, and most of us don't get near enough.
No. But I was actually pretty surprised with the outcome, because more people get adequate sleep than I thought.
Yeah.
Unless they're lying.
Unless they're lying.
But
So, 67%, 23 of our respondents said they got anywhere from 6 to 8 hours of sleep a night on average, which is
where you want.
Where you want to be. That's really good.
It's nice. It's real nice if you get over 8 hours.
Yeah, one person got over 8 hours. I'm not
Proud
sure
of
who
you.
that was. Proud of you. Way to go.
Kudos. Tell me your secrets.
Yeah. How do you do that? Because we don't.
No.
And then 29% only got 4 to 6. So we do have about a third of our respondents that don't get quite enough sleep, maybe. So something to look at.
The thing is those people are probably so used to running on 4 to 6 hours of sleep that it's not even.
Yeah, it's not even weird, right? So our next category was sleep quality. Like, how well do you sleep? Because sometimes it's not just how much sleep you get, but it's how good did you sleep.
Because you could try to go to sleep early, but if you're tossing and turning and you just can't get comfortable, then is that sleep really benefiting your mind and your body? Yeah. Is it really restful?
Yeah, we have to have restorative sleep. So one person said they have absolutely terrible sleep, poor sleep.
I'm sorry.
6 of them had not good, but not terrible. 9 said pretty average sleep, so not bad. Then really 16, so 47% of our people that responded said, man, I really feel like I get pretty good sleep. And then 2 said, man, my sleep quality, it's awesome. I go to bed, I'm out, don't move, don't toss.
That's really good.
That's really good. I was impressed with that.
Some things, like, for those of you who would like to get better quality sleep, some things that I've done in the past to, like, help me get there, because I get pretty good sleep. Like, I did this thing, and I was probably, I don't think I was said the best sleep, because, best sleep, I don't know. Yeah, but I was probably in that 47% range, where it says, like, I get pretty good sleep.
Right.
Put your phone or your computer up at least 20 minutes. At least 20 minutes before you go to bed. Because if not, the back of your brain, even if you're not working, the back of your brain is subconsciously still, like, going over in that blue light.
Yeah, and studies are showing now even, it's closer to an hour. You want to start shutting down that phone, that TV, that laptop an hour before you go to bed because it lets your brain shut down the best.
For sure. Yep. Stretching is also good.
Oh, yeah. A little yoga before bedtime.
Yeah, releases endorphins.
It does. Helps you relax, sleep good. So that was our sleep. We asked some other general questions about, like, soreness, energy levels, things like that. And most people really responded, I'm not too sore. Over half of them said their energy really was fairly good.
There's a lot of, like, halfway points.
Yeah.
Like, it's not good, it's not bad, it's just
in the middle. In the middle, yeah. But then we started looking at mood, and mood is one of those things that kind of goes into mental health and burnout, because mood's a good indicator of stuff that might be going on. So, well over half said either pretty good, very good, or excellent mood. Only 3 people said, my mood's not very good today. And
that's really awesome.
Yeah. That
we have that big of a amount of people that are going to say, even if you're not really feeling it, they're going to say, you know what, I have a good mood.
I have a good mood. Choose to be in a good mood, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I thought that was really impressive, though, because I kind of expected it to be a little more bell curve on that. Like, not a good mood or really good mood.
But honestly, shout out to Hereford Athletics and coaches, because that's a testament to who we are. I think as a whole, we always work hard. We always try to have that positive mentality. Even whenever we're not supposed to be the best or anything, we prove people wrong. And a lot of that stems from our mentality.
Mm-hmm.
So I shouldn't have been surprised.
No, because, I mean, if you think about it, like, our coaches really do a great job of looking on the upside and trying to make it positive for everybody. They really do.
It's just a testament to Hereford Athletics in general. Boys, girls, everything.
So, shout out, everybody. Coach Kate and Coach Delozier setting a great program.
Yes.
Setting us all up. So,
for sure.
Good deal.
And you, Sarah. You're our therapist.
Oh, well,
you know.
Some days.
You help us keep our positivity.
We need our positivity, yes. So our next category is stress. Now this one actually tended a little bit on the lower end.
And this one didn't surprise me.
No, it didn't surprise me either.
It didn't surprise me.
You think about, we're in season. We did this survey at the end of January and the beginning of February. Mm-hmm. So, like, for me as an athletic trainer, February is my hardest month of the year. I'm so overlapped with winter and spring sports, completely swamped, exhausted. And these coaches are the same way. I mean, if they're a winter sport coach, they've been going since November. And that's end season. Mm-hmm. So you combine off season, and then you got kids that are probably were athletes in the fall and winter.
That's right.
Stress is high.
And you're coming back from a break.
Right.
And it's always hard to get back into things, and everything just feels like it's piling on.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah, it's really hard, I think, to balance being a student and an athlete, and balance what you have to do in class, keep your grades up,
and
coach
life.
happy. Life.
Life on top of everything.
Who has life?
I know. Sometimes I think our teachers and coaches and even ourselves,
we forget
there's
life.
life.
Yeah. But, when you go to practice, and you're at practice till, 7 o'clock, and come home and eat and do homework till 10:30, 11 some nights.
It's a lot.
It's a lot, and it's definitely stressful. So, 32% said, moderate amount of stress. 26% said, I'm pretty stressed. And and another 20%, so another 7 people said, I am very, very stressed. Only 7 total didn't think they were that stressed. So stress was a big factor on that. And stress, as we know, stress, lack of sleep, lack of nutrition, soreness, those things can all lead into burnout if we don't take care of it.
Yeah. And we'll talk more about what burnout is later in this video.
Definitely. Our mental focus, now this was really interesting to me because we had one that said they're locked in mental focus. We had 4 that said they were very distracted. And then everybody else, it was 29%, 26%, the other 3 categories were in that middle range of being able to focus.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, so focus is good, especially, anything we do. Mm-hmm. Whether we're playing, we're learning, we're teaching, for sure. Focus is good. Mm-hmm. Nutrition.
Nutrition was kind of all over the board.
All over, yeah.
We're looking at a bar graph, kind of. You want to show them, Sarah? So we're looking at, a bar graph, and a lot of them have been kind of, in a pyramid.
So, the one down below.
Yes, but this one is kind of all over the board.
Yeah. So, this is our higher end. So, superb nutritional. Is this quality or amount?
Quality.
No, this is amount.
Oh.
So, are we eating enough? And one person said, yeah, absolutely. Pretty much everybody said, yeah, I'm eating enough. But then a few people said, well, maybe not.
Yeah, maybe we're not eating
Maybe I'm not eating enough. And if you're not eating enough, that really leads to fatigue issues.
Or too much. Because this is also, it's quantity.
Quantity. So
nutritional amount, so it could be too less or too much, depending on the person.
And either way, it's going to lead to breakdowns in performance and fatigue and injury.
And either way, it's good to recognize that, be self-aware.
Right.
And it doesn't mean that you're a bad person or that you're fat or anorexic. Eating habits are hard.
Eating habits.
Because eating, I feel like eating is a weird thing because it is a combination of, pleasure. We do it at mealtime. It's a combination of pleasure, of community, but also of necessity.
Yeah.
And it's finding that balance between when is it becoming way more than my necessity or way less than my necessity.
Yeah. I mean, we had some athletes tell me the other day that they sometimes forget to eat. And I'm like, hey, that's a problem. We don't want to forget to eat. Mm-hmm. It's kind of vital for your life. Please eat. But I can understand where, these were athletes that have come out, just finished their season. And they're like, just sometimes I forget to eat. I didn't eat at all. So, for them,
because they never sit down.
It is. They're constantly on the go. So, sometimes it's making a schedule that, hey, I'm going to actually sit down. Okay, it's 12 o'clock. I'm going to sit down and eat. Mm-hmm. Or, hey, it's 7 o'clock at night. I know I'm busy, but I need to eat something.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. The next one is nutritional quality.
Oh.
So we have quantity, and now we have quality.
And this one ended up very, very bell-shaped curve on the graph.
Mm-hmm.
So the vast majority, 16 out of the 34, said, yeah, my nutrition's okay.
Could be worse, could be better.
Yeah. 10 total said my nutrition's not very good. In fact, 2 said it was really bad. And then 8 total said, yeah, it's really pretty good. And 3 of them said, my nutrition is great. It's on point. I'm doing everything right.
That's really good for them.
It is really good for them.
Because that's hard to do.
Yeah.
That's hard to do, and I'm proud. Because some people just figure it out, and they get in that habit. They make it a lifestyle. It's not a diet anymore.
No,
it's a lifestyle.
It's who they are. It's what they do. And that's really awesome.
And it is really awesome. It's hard to do, but I'm kudos to you.
Huge kudos.
Whoever you are.
Right. And then hydration. Hydration was our last category, and most of our people,
we're pretty hydrated.
We're pretty hydrated.
It's like a wave. It's like not hydrated, not hydrated.
Really hydrated. Yeah.
So that's good. We're drinking water.
We're drinking water.
You know what?
That's awesome.
If nothing else, we're hydrating
we
our bodies.
hydrate our bodies.
Good skin, you know.
Yeah.
We know that we don't want cramps.
Oh, no.
I think it may be more that.
I think so. But, you know, this is
cramps.
coaches and athletes combined, so that shows that even our adults are, because a lot of the surveys that show that they are doing well are our adults.
Oh,
so our coaches are setting a really good example for their athletes by doing the right thing for themselves.
And I know that I see lots of athletes from different sports walking around with a gallon.
Oh yeah, that gallon jug.
And I mean that's really great, and it really makes it physical, of visualizing how much water is going into your body instead of just drinking a whole bunch of bottles.
Yeah,
of water.
little cups or bottles, because it's hard to know. Okay, well I drank 2 cups of water. Because I'll have kids all the time, and I'm like, okay, how much did you drink today? Oh, a lot. I drank a lot. And okay, that's good. How much is a lot? I drank 2 bottles. No, honey, that's not a lot. The kid comes in and says, hey, I drank a lot. I'm like, okay, how much? A gallon? You drank a lot. You are well hydrated, so that's not our fault.
It's just hard to measure.
It is. I think it is.
It's not bad. You can drink water. We're not saying don't drink bottled waters and carry
No, just do what works for you, but make sure you kind of know where you're at.
But for some people, it's good to have that visualization. I personally never carried around a jug.
Oh, I have.
But
I have. For me, it's a whole lot easier to drink all that water if I'm constantly looking at it, going, okay, my goal is to drink this much today.
Sure.
It becomes more of a habit that way. So, kind of, what did we see about this? I mean, we had some things too that people just made some general comments about things being sore, injuries. 21 out of our 34 people said they have lower back pain.
Yeah, I realized that when we were going through this, that a lot of, even, we had a place where you could leave comments. So many of them were, my back is tight.
Yeah.
My back hurts.
My back
I have
hurts.
pain.
Yeah.
My back and my neck. And so much of our stress and the tension in our body goes to our backs because it's literally our backbone. It holds us up. It takes so much of that
we
stability.
carry, so much of it in our shoulders and up through our neck, and that leads to headaches and back pain and shoulder pain.
And computers, we're hunched.
Oh yeah, we're hunched
Phone,
all the time.
we're down, you know, we never really open up.
Right.
That's another thing yoga's good for. This isn't a yoga promo.
We both like yoga.
But it really is
relaxing.
helpful.
It's good for
and
stress.
boys, yoga is good for you too.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just for girls.
It tends to make athletic performance a whole lot better.
Yeah, because flexibility helps with muscle
definitely, and control too.
Yes.
Control the body in those different positions.
Definitely. So it's a different kind of strength.
Definitely.
Than you'll find in lifting weights.
Yeah.
Both are important.
Right.
But different.
Yeah. So, kind of what did we get out of this that led us to thinking about burnout?
Well, there's just, so what burnout is when all the stress and all of the things that people have, just constantly do, the routine, when it starts to get to coaches and athletes, and they just become tired of what they're doing. It's not fun anymore.
Yeah.
They just get burnt out.
Right. Burnout's hard to describe because burnout is the best description,
yes.
But I mean, it leads to so many different things of headaches, ulcers, stomach aches, decrease in performance, sleeping all the time, increased injuries. And, it happens a lot in athletes, and I don't think you realized how much it affected coaches till you did your research.
Yes,
I mean, adults, it really does. And I've listened to a couple of podcasts in the last week, the Sports Medicine broadcast with Jeremy Jackson, AT Talks with Tom Markowski, and we've even talked about it on the Candid AT. Burnout is really real, and a lot of athletic trainers suffer from it and get out of the profession. So it's how do we take care of ourselves when we try to take care of everybody else to keep that from happening?
Really and it's so hard to like catch when I was doing research on it, because everyone's like, it's not symptoms, you know, like there are signs, but everyone has different signs because people compartmentalize stress differently. Like for one person it could be in their sleep schedule, for another it could be in their eating habits, for another it could just be their energy just feels low. For another person, their energy and their sleep and everything could be fine, they just don't feel like themselves. Like they just feel like it's a mask, and that's not really something that you can outwardly see. Right. So it's hard to catch. But we're making this video hopefully to educate you, and maybe so you can recognize, like, am I feeling burnout? And really the only cure, and there's really no cure, but the things that you can do to make sure that you don't get burnout, or if you feel like you're starting to have burnout, take a break.
Yeah, that's it.
You are not going to lose a scholarship by taking a week break, or even just taking a little bit off. Just not being so intensely focused on that. Take a trip. You can still work out on a trip. Like, take a trip. I don't know. Like, hang out with friends. Like, have a girl weekend.
Yeah, go do something fun that you like to do that's not school or your sport related. Just anything that gets your mind off of it, that lets you laugh.
Let you laugh and let loose and not be feel so pressured and to perform. Because, yes, you should perform in athletics. Like, the whole goal is to perform well. The whole goal is to perform well. But sometimes we put so much of that pressure on ourselves, and then with outward pressures, it just feels like you're just caving in to a little hole.
It does. I mean, I think we sometimes don't look at it the way we need to. I think we put too much pressure on ourselves that we lose sight of the big picture, which is your whole body and your life and your wellness, as opposed to just the one thing.
Yes. So the biggest thing is being self-aware. Based on the survey, I feel like a lot of you, the ones who did take the survey, are very self-aware. You're not afraid to say, like, hey, I'm a little stressed, or I don't get great sleep, or maybe being self-aware enough to be like, no, like, I do well on that. Maybe I need to work in another area, you know? And it's just constantly being aware of yourself and being aware of areas that maybe are like trigger points for you. And whenever those trigger things happen, you're like, okay, hold on. Deep breath. What do I need to do to get myself out of this situation? What do I need to do to stop this anxiety? What do I need to do to stop this anger? And just to catch yourself and then backtrack and be like, okay, it's all right.
It's all right.
Refocus. Perspective.
So
definitely.
So that is our topic this week. Our talk about mental health, wellness, and burnout. And I hope you learned something. I hope you enjoyed what we learned too.
For sure. And if y'all have any more questions about it, we'd love to answer them.
Absolutely.
If y'all have any suggestions for videos, drop it in the comments. Subscribe and like our channel.
Yes. So looking forward to our next one. We're getting ready to start talking about National Athletic Training Month and some other things that are going on. So we're going to talk about some of the things we're doing.
For sure. So. Yep, it's exciting. Getting towards the end of the year, there's a lot going on.
Always.
So y'all have a good week. Take care of your bodies, your minds, and your souls.
All right. We'll see you next time.
Heart Sports Med for you. We're out.